Since, for the Flitwick Scout Group in Bedfordshire. Helen Mulroy is with them. And Helen, you've been having loads of fun, water rockets, all sorts of stuff going on, taking you back to your days of childhood when you were busy.
I was very busy. I was telling you earlier I was in the rainbows, and I remember now I had a tabard, and I can remember wearing my tabard with great pride. But yes, as you say, we're back here in Flitwick. We're in Bedfordshire this morning with the Flitwick Scout Group. That is because scouting is on the rise. Lots of young people taking it up. You can see the cane work they were doing earlier, teepees and that, it's now morphed into a catapult. So clearly the versatility that scouting can give you, but people very busy today. They're keeping me very busy, which is excellent. But yes, scouting is on the rise. It's up 16% membership in the last year. It's the fastest growing level of membership they've had since World War II. Huge numbers now taking up scouting for, I suppose, the social side of it, the physical learning you get. And with the pandemic, so many things closed down. Young people are now wanting to join so they can get back out and doing things like this lovely catapult work we've got going on here. Fantastic, guys, keep going. Bring you over here now. I'm joined by Nigel. Nigel Taylor is the Scout Leader here at the Flitwick Scout Group. Nigel, you have been in the Scouts, involved in the Scouts, you told me, for 58 years, and you've been a Scout Leader for 40 of those.
Yeah, that's right, Helen.
Tell me about, what do the kids get out of it coming to your Scout Group here at Flitwick?
So the young people get lots of enjoyment out of scouting. They get to learn team working, they get to work with other people, and they get to do activities that they might never have done before. And they are learning skills for life which will help them throughout their life. And whether it's learning to make a fire, cooking, working out what the recipe should be, and then coming out with a finished product and getting a badge for it, then children will take that on and the life will be much, much easier for them after they've been involved in Scouts.
And that was the thing, when I was reading up about scouting, I mean, like I say, I used to be in the rainbows, but don't know too much myself about Scouts. People think of the Scouts, they think camping, they think being outdoors, lighting fires, but also you teach young people other things and that, sort of preparing them for careers and interview prospects, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, certainly we cater for children 4 to 17, and for lots of the children, when they become when they become young leaders, they will then learn about how they manage children, working with other people. And certainly we've had people who, because of their experience of being a young leader, they've then gone on to use that to get job interviews and gone on to be apprenticeships, and that's really positive, and that's because of what they've been doing in scouting.
And 90,000 people on the waiting list, young people on the waiting list to get into Scout groups across the UK. That's because of a lack of volunteers, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got so many people who want to join Scouts, but we need volunteers, and I think that provides lots of opportunities for people, and they can develop skills. They get to find out about other people, and they can also share their interests and activities with some of the younger children, and it really is very positive about being a volunteer. I think lots of people go, actually, yeah, that's been really good, and it's changed their lives. They've met other people, they've done things that they would never have done before, and certainly I'm aware of volunteers who have never been camping, and then they've taken Explorer Scouts aged 14 to 17 to America to a World Scout Jamboree, and we take people out of their comfort zones, and people really do appreciate what they're doing.
And I hope maybe really a lot of people took up volunteering during the pandemic, helping out at vaccination centres. Is there a hope maybe that people that found that time in their life for volunteering through the pandemic are possibly now thinking, could I volunteer for the Scouts?
Yeah, I think there's lots of opportunities, and I think we were talking earlier about people who've worked from home. They now haven't got to travel into the big town, so if they're finishing work at 5 o'clock, they haven't got to travel home, and therefore they can volunteer. And if people want to volunteer for Scouts, that's really good. And we don't say you've got to give us X amount of hours. If someone wants to give us an hour a month, we'd find you a role. If someone can give us 10 hours a month, we'll find you a role. And I think if anybody turns around and says, I want to be involved in Scouting as a volunteer, we would find a role for them.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nigel. Thank you for having us here this morning. I'll let you get on helping these young people. Nigel, the chap in charge here, and he's been keeping us very busy. We've had cooking, we've had water rockets, we've got more water rockets going off here this morning. They are very, very popular, I can tell you. This activity has been going on for a good over 2 hours now, and it's still keeping the crowds coming back. But yeah, hopefully that, oh, there we go, another one. You have to watch above your head because you sort of never, oh, and another one. You never know what's going to come down. But head over here. I promised you the parachute, and now you have the parachute. This is a Scouting, Cubs, Beavers, Rainbow's favourite. So they're playing a game here with the balls, and we've got the young squirrels involved. That's the very youngest Scout group. I'm joined now by Lily. Lily, come over here and let go of your parachute if you can for a minute. Lily, how long have you been in the Beavers?
I've been in the Beavers for 4 or 5 months.
And do you enjoy it?
Yes, I love it.
What do you like about it?
Well, I love how there's all of the activities and they're really fun.
Fantastic. And Megan's here as well. Megan, you're 9. You've graduated from the Beavers now into the Cubs. What was it like being in the Cubs through the pandemic?
Well, we had to do everything on Zoom, so there wasn't many games involved, although we did do a few scavenger hunts around homes and that sort of thing. But it was still as fun.
Are you glad to be back with the group now?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it nice to be outdoors?
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice day. We've crafted a couple of things like little teepees.
Fantastic. You're keeping very busy. So in classic, I think, BBC Breakfast style, Kev and I are now going to try and enter the parachute. And here we go. Kev, can you get in after me? Here we go. But yes, so the classic Scout game, the parachute, they're keeping up very well. I remember this from my youth, and lots of fun that the young people are having here these days. So plenty of physical activities for people to get involved in. Scouting so popular, as we've heard, but more volunteers is what they need to try and clear that 90,000 waiting list. So yes, if you're interested, get in contact with a Scout group near you.
Do you know what, Helen? I was trying to imagine Ben under there, and I don't think you could get a big enough parachute.
I think I'd just stand in the middle and it'd look like a
Through the
big
hole.
top. You know,
A big skirt. It could be a big skirt, couldn't it? Oh,
It's
yeah.
a real skill. And keeping it up this long, it's a real skill.
Yeah, lots of achy arms, and we'll let you go and let the children feel their arms again. Take care, Helen. Thanks.
Thanks, Helen.
She's had so much fun.
Oh,
there,
we've
hasn't
really
she?
enjoyed watching all that this morning.
Taking her back to her rainbow days.
Favourite's still those rockets.
Yeah, they were fabulous.
Yeah.
They scared me.